actually rise to the top? Was that your ambition to become a general? I said, no, my ambition was to be a good soldier. Be a good soldier every day of my life. No matter what they told me to do, I would do it to the best of my ability. If I liked the job they gave me, that's great. If I didn't like the job they gave me, it doesn't make any difference. Got to do it to the best of my ability. I can complain late at night, but I got to do it to the best of my ability. I got an assignment I liked, fine. If you didn't like it, that's too bad. You do it. You serve. And it was drilled into me. You serve. You're a service person. And you do the best that you can in any job they give you, whether you like the boss or not. Doesn't make any difference. You were assigned to it. And that was the sort of culture that I grew up in. Always do your very, very best. And in my latest book, I have a chapter that says, someone's always watching.
Mm-hmm.
And it simply means that even when you're in the worst assignment you've ever had, you don't like it, you don't like the boss, someone's watching. And you owe the king, the best you can give the king if you're taking the king's dollar, the king's silver. And so I went through life trying to do the best I can, trying to be the best soldier I could be, and realizing that the measure of my success in life would be every night when I went home that I think I'd done my best as a soldier. And if I did my best, I can't do it anymore. If it is recognized when I get promoted, fine. If it is not recognized and I don't get promoted, or it's recognized and I don't get promoted, that's somebody else's choice. My choice is always to do the best I can. Time passes, I move up in ranks. People notice me. I do the very best I can in my military schools. I get noticed, I get moved up. They're constantly challenging me. They're constantly giving me assignments that are higher than my rank, seeing if I could reach up and do it. And it was really very challenging to be a young major, but being given a lieutenant colonel's position just to see if I could succeed. I faced discrimination, but in the military, because we were integrated and you would get your career ruined if you ever showed that you were racist, there were other ways that it would manifest itself. When I was selected to be a brigade commander, a brigade is a unit of 3,000 soldiers. I was a colonel, just made colonel. And I was selected to go to Fort Campbell, Kentucky, and take command of the 2nd Brigade, 101st Airborne Division. And it was a great assignment. But one of my West Point buddies, or graduate of West Point, white officer, saw me later that day in the Pentagon, and he said, "So man, I can't see straight." I said, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" He said, "The guys are talking." "What are they talking about?" They say the only reason that you got the job was they wanted they needed a black guy. They wanted a black guy to take command of that brigade. So, that just drives me crazy. I said, hey, relax, chill. That's their problem, not mine. What I do is be the best brigade commander I can, and they go screw themselves. So throughout my career, I did everything I could to make sure that racism directed toward me was always seen as a problem for the racist, not a problem for me. I've seen so many folks. Could you please put out that very sharp light? Thank you. It's a problem for the racist, not a problem for me. Now, of course it's a problem for me, but the way you beat that problem, the way I beat that problem, was do my best. Here I am. You won't find me dressed improperly. You won't find me doing weird things. You won't find me unable to speak the English language. You're going to have to face me on equal terms. I will do my best. And if you think I haven't done my best, then don't promote me. I'll go get another job. I was looking for a job and I found this one. Let's just move on. And so my career came 40 years in public service, 35 years, 3 months and 28 days in the Army, rising to the top with every position I'm supposed to go through, Corps Commander in Germany, National Security Advisor to the President. And then I left the Army, and after 2 more years came back into government service as Secretary of State. But while I was out of the Army, I started working with young people. And the reason for that is that you're our future. I'm going to be 79 years old in another couple of weeks. My time is gone. You're our future. My children are our future. My grandchildren are our future. And so I can list all the medals I've received, I can show you all the achievements I've had. What does that have to do with the future? The only thing that counts now in my life are the young people who are going to be the future, and they're going to be responsible for this great country of ours. And so I focus a lot of time on youth programs. I created a program called America's Promise Alliance back in 1997. My wife now runs it. And we're trying to get into the lives of much younger kids that are here, to get them on a good start, to give them a start in life. And if they don't have a family that will give them that start, then we'll bring in big brothers, big sisters, boys and girls clubs, everything we can bring in to give them the structure they need to be successful in life. And it's been going on for 20 years. I'm proud to say I have 10 schools named after me. 9 of them are elementary and middle schools, because they're brand new. They had a name after somebody, so they had to name But I love it. I've been to every one of them. 4 in Texas, 1 in California, 1 in New Jersey, 1 in Virginia. They're all over the place. And I love seeing them. And the percentage of minority kids in those schools is quite high. It just turns me on. And then the 10th school is the one they named after me at City College of New York. 3,000 kids in my school, 90% minority, 80% say they were born in another country. That's me. And the first time I went up there after I left the Department of State was exposed to these kids. And they went around the table, they were all somewhere else, and they're all saying, you know, I came here, my parents came here, they're working in the garment district, they're working somewhere, we're going to school, and what do you want to do? I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer. And they went around the table talking to me, and when they got back to me, I said, God, this was me 50 years ago. So I've got to get involved in this. And that's what I've done. I've been deeply involved in my school at City College, Powell School, and having more fun with the young people up there. Because these are kids whose families don't have college graduates. You know? There's no legacy students. You can't get into City College with a parent out there. Okay, we don't get those kind of kids. I call them my Ellis Island kids, my poor Ellis Island kids, like I was. And I'm dedicated to it, convinced that you here, because you're just like my City College kids, you're just like my Powell School kids. I just look across this audience and see this beautiful diversity. And when I tell all my audiences as I go around the country speaking, you got to understand that by the year 2043, all these folks you call minorities are going to be the majority. They shake their head. That's like some of them, they are? Yeah, they are. You're going to see a country that's getting more and more mixed with respect to marriages, with respect to the color of our skin, with respect to all the things that you've taken for granted. And guess what? No country in the world can handle it like America can handle it, like the United States can handle it. And I'm one of the living examples of that. There's still racial problems in the country, and they manifest themselves in different ways. Such things as Ferguson, happened in other parts of our country. But that's not the standard pattern throughout the country. Things are changing, and sometimes you can't see the change. But I'm sensitive to it because I lived in the segregated America. How many of you have seen the Cheerios commercial? You know what I'm talking about?
Go back.
Huh?
Go back.
Yeah. It's a Cheerios commercial. It's a commercial for Cheerios.
Okay.
And the scene opens, it's in an apartment. And the mother is a white lady and she's cooking dinner. And the daddy is a black